Hey, what's going on, obscure people? It is Bart coming back at you with another video for you. Hopefully much better quality video. Got a new camera finally. Hopefully this works out well. Hopefully no more autofocus issues, blurry issues, all that kind of thing. I finally invested some money in the channel, and today we're going to talk on the channel about a microphone I'd never really used before. That microphone is this guy, the RE-20 from Electro Voice. We all know what it looks like. We all know that it's a industry standard. But I had never used it. I've used the RE-320, which I was very happy with, but that's the only one so far as the heavy hitters in the broadcast section of Electro Voice's catalog. I've never used the RE-20. I got this, and my first thought was, holy crap, it sounds pretty good. I love my M99, which I'm talking into now, the Beyerdynamic M99, but this actually made me think for a little bit, and the first thing I thought of was, let's let the obscure mic people let me know which one of these microphones sounds better on my voice. Now, both of these are set into the voice mode. I want you guys to let me know, unprocessed and processed, which one of these two mics you prefer. Without further ado, let's go ahead and switch over from the Beyerdynamic M99 to the Electro Voice RE-20. Okay, now we're on the Electro Voice RE-20. And again, the first thing that pops out at me is this and the M99. I think both sound really good on my voice. I like them both. So I definitely need some help figuring out which one of these you guys prefer. Doesn't mean I'm going to switch. Doesn't mean anything's going to change in the studio. But I do like this. The sound that came out of it, I've always heard it was really good. Now I know it is actually really good. It's clear and just jumps to the front of the recording. Like my voice is just there in the front. Beyerdynamic, kind of the same thing, but it has to me a little bit smoother and a slight richer sound to it. But the clearness of this kind of gets me. It does kind of get me. So let's go ahead and go to the M99, do the normal tests, switch over to the RE-20, do the normal tests, do some processing, figure out which one of these mics sound best for what I do, which is podcasting, you know, among other things, but mostly podcasting, mostly vocal work. Okay, let's go back to the M99. All right, M99, Peter. Can't have that on there in a test. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickle pineapple plosives. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickle pineapple plosives. When you get right on top of the Beyerdynamic M99, this is what it sounds like. When you get right on top of the Beyerdynamic M99, this is what it sounds like. Let's go ahead and do off-axis rejection. 90 degrees on the Beyerdynamic M99. What a beautiful mic that is. 180 degrees on this hypercardioid Beyerdynamic M99. Back around to the other 90-degree angle on the M99, and then I'm going to spin it back around to the front of the microphone. I love this microphone so much. Man, I do. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on the RE-20. All right. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickle pineapple plosives. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickle pineapple plosives. First thing I notice off the bat, RE-20, much better at handling plosives than my legendary M99. When you get right on top of the RE-20, you get that variable D proximity effect, which means it doesn't get too bassy or boomy. It still sounds about the same, just a little extra volume added to the mic. So if you're a close talker and you back off and back on and off and on and off, that looks weird. You're getting a pretty consistent level across the spectrum. It's not getting tonally too different. The words I use sometimes confuse me too, folks. I'm sorry. All right, let's go ahead and do 90 degrees on the microphone, 180 degrees, 90 degrees again, and then I'm going to spin it back around to the front of the microphone of the RE-20. Okay. See, this is really close to me. I think both of them sound really, really good. And that's unprocessed. This is just a straight into the mic test. Let's go ahead and do some processing and see what changes then. Okay, so now I have compression, de-esser, and a big bottom because I like that extra low end on my microphones. And this is the M99 with processing. I still think it sounds quite excellent. What do you think? So M99, let's go ahead and switch over to the RE-20 with processing enabled. Okay, now we're on the RE-20, same settings, compression, de-esser, big bottom. And the big bottom on this beefens it up. I like it even more, but I still feel like steel, S-T-E-E-L, huh? What? I still feel like the M99 is the mic for me, but you never know. Somebody out there may be able to change my mind and tell me, dude, the RE-20 was fire, straight fire on your voice. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Maybe we should do a little bit of a singing test. Ooh, with processing on. Sure, why not? Let's do it. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Yeah, I just sang Twinkle Twinkle into two very pricey dynamic microphones, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with a little twinkle twinkle. Nothing at all. M99, I still think it's my mic of choice, but that's not to say that I can't be swayed. So let's switch over one last time from the M99 to the RE-20 and let's hear it. Let me know in the comments. To me, this is two of the better dynamic broadcast microphones that I have ever had in the studio. This, of course, being my favorite. This possibly being my second favorite or new runner-up. Or maybe I listen back to the video and I think this mic is absolutely great. Now, price has to be taken into consideration. You cannot find this microphone, the Beyerdynamic M99, typically for less than $350, if you can even find it at all. The RE-20, I was able to snag this for like $225 off Guitar Center. So there is a price difference there. This being the cheaper of the two, is it worth the extra money for the M99 if you thought the M99 sounded better? Or do you just roll with the RE-20? I don't know. The reason I did this video is because I thought that these two microphones needed to be put up against each other, on my voice anyways, because I think they're both better than the SM7B. I'm sorry. So sorry that I offended you, sure, SM7B fanboys out there. But I think both of these are better. I don't have an SM7B to really do a three-way, that's what she said. So it's just going to have to be mono-y-mono. RE-20, Beyerdynamic M99. Which one did you like the best? One last time. The Beyerdynamic M99 sounds like this, and the RE-20 sounds like this. My God, they're both great mics. Obscure mics. Let me know in the comments down below which one you think sounded better. Again, plosives-wise, this. Background noise rejection, from what I could tell, this. So RE-20 kind of wins in some important categories as far as podcasting in an untreated space would go, but I think they both do well. I think the RE-20 is just a little bit better. Plosives a lot better. But what I'm more concerned with, since I do have a studio with sound treatment, is which one sounded better on my voice? Which one would you prefer if you were going out to buy your, we'll go ahead and call it your dream podcasting microphone? Which one of the two is for you? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you would like to buy either of these, there's an affiliate link for this one down below. Good fucking luck finding the Beyerdynamic M99. I'm not selling you mine. There's one on Reverb right now, brand new, for $5.99, which is $100 more than it used to be brand new. Holding on to this with everything I got. I will go to the grave with this M99. Would I do it for the RE-20? I don't know. Comments down below. Please chime in. Very interested to see what you guys have to say. Mark's out. Obscure Mics is out. By the way, more Obscure Mics are coming. I'm not just going to be doing these non-obscure mics. I've got a ton of oddball microphones ready to rock and roll now that I got a new camera. So expect a lot of videos coming up soon, and a lot of them being of the obscure variety. Peace out.